welcome to this segment of Penn Voice. I'm joined today by Clay Holstine, who is the city manager with Brisbane. Clay, welcome.
Thank you.
So we were just talking before the segment started. There's a whole lot still happening in Brisbane. You've got some dirt turning around the city. So tell us a little bit before we jump into our subject of today, what's happening in Brisbane?
Well, as you know, Brisbane's a fairly small town. It's 4,500 population, but we have a fairly significant business community with about 8,000 to 12,000 people a day work in town already. And we have our Bayfront or Baylands area that's under review by the City Council. There will be some sort of decision made later this year with regards to a project out there. It's about 600 acres, so it's going to be a fairly significant project for the region, let alone for the city of Brisbane. And we have some other things that we're doing in terms of our downtown planning around our housing element and things of that nature. But the thing that we're really excited about right now is the Brisbane Library, new library. We've been basically planning for this for almost 20 years now. We secured land about 12, 13 years ago, and have been in the process of trying to put together a project, put the funding together.
So now, will this be replacing an existing library?
It will.
Just in a different location?
Yeah, it's actually very close to the existing library, but the existing library is only 2,400 square feet, and it was built in the late 70s, early 80s, and this new library is going to be about 7,000 square feet, plus it's going to have a nice outdoor courtyard. It'll be on our main boulevard, so it will be a real enhancement to the community, and I know that the community is very excited about it.
Well, I know when cities are going through the process of trying to figure out what their infrastructure will be and what are the kinds of resources and community resources, and you'll invest in your community. Libraries always tend to be sort of put off behind city halls and behind police substations or police stations and fire stations and some of the park and rec infrastructure. So it's really exciting to see that cities up and down the peninsula in San Mateo County are really investing in their library systems. And I've done a few other interviews with other cities that are also doing new libraries. I am so amazed at the infrastructure that you are putting into these libraries. So give us a little idea of what's happening inside the library as well as some of the important features that you're placing on the outside of the library.
Sure. So one of the things that in a kind of a modern library is that obviously you have to be very technology savvy, and you have to be able to have resources for people to be able to experiment with technology and to make things, and they call these maker rooms, and that'll be part of our new library. We'll also have an area in our new library for dedicated for the teens, which is an important component of any new library in our system these days. We're also going to have a history room that will allow people to come in and interactively deal with Brisbane's past history, as well as being able to research things if they want to about not only the town, but probably also our rich history with San Bruno Mountain. And the overall technology of the facility, having Wi-Fi throughout it. And then we also expect to have a very nice outdoor courtyard that will be in the back of the library and offer opportunities not only for people during the library hours, but also for community events that might take place there.
So what I'm really hearing you saying is the library is one thing, but this is going to be a community center.
Absolutely, and another key component of this is that we established a couple of years ago a arts fund and started securing some money coming into that, and we're going through a fairly robust process for selecting an artist to do some artwork within the library. And we expect to have that decision made later on this year. So that will also be a key component of the library.
And I know with a community such as your size, and I mean, you really have a lot of folks that also age in place in Brisbane. So you've got, it's not just a young community, it's not just a senior community, it's all across the spectrum. And you actually have a larger, double your population during the day than you do at night. But you've really sort of created this place where intergenerational families, individuals can come. So if you're a grandparent, bring your 3-year-old toddler, because there's going to be things for you that are relevant to you and your learning and your access and what you're enjoying doing, as well as there'll be this reading area and things for your 3-year-old grandchild to do.
Absolutely. You know, we're part of the San Mateo County Library System, which is a great system. It gets awards nationally for the work that they do, but they are a system that's really focused on people from basically early childhood to seniors. I always look at libraries as kind of the indoor version of a park. If you go to a park, you're going to see people of all generations, of all ethnicities, of all backgrounds that are able to come and enjoy an outdoor setting. The library is the indoor setting version of that, and obviously also kind of more the intellectual stimulus with the opportunity for access to information, whether it be through internet or old-fashioned reading of books. So it's really going to be a place, I think, that's going to be more of a gathering place. And we really see it as an opportunity not only for getting a new library, but also to kind of help spark our downtown area and bring more people into
and be sort of that hub and center. I love the idea of the gathering space. So you're going to be open for community meetings and also the dedication to the outdoor space that you're creating, so people can spend time outside as well.
Absolutely.
Learning and reading and playing and interacting. So I think that's cool. Now, you have a Friends of the Library group.
Correct.
And they are gathering to do some important things for this new library.
Absolutely. So the Friends of the Library recently met with the City Council and got direction to start a fundraising program that's going to be have a goal of $100,000.
And what's the total cost to build your new library?
Right now, we're estimating the cost at around $9 million.
Okay.
So it's not a huge amount in terms of that $9 million, but it is a significant amount in terms of past fundraising in Brisbane.
Well, and I'm sure they're going to do those things that are critical to the library. So it's great to have this wonderful infrastructure, but if you can't fill it with those really important pieces of technology or learning or the things that sort of bring your library to the 22nd century even, it's critical, and that's what I think that they're doing.
Absolutely, and it also, you know, having the Friends do a fundraising campaign also gets people in the community more excited about the project, gets them more vested in it.
Right.
We've done a number of fundraising things for our in our parks, and recently for a skateboard park, and it just gets people more excited about the project. So we're really looking forward to their work, and the city's going to work with them hand in hand to assist them in their fundraising efforts. But it's going to be basically a privately focused fundraising of businesses, individuals.
Well, for anyone watching the program, how do they get involved in the Friends of the Library, make a donation, help the Friends of the Library raise more money?
So the Friends of the Library in Brisbane has their website, and they actually, on the website, you can go on there right now and click on a donation for the new Brisbane Library. So they're already set up and go.
I'm sure you're going to see an uptick in those donations right this moment, because people are running to their computer or their phone even.
Well, they can. It's available and it's there. The Friends are actually in the process of kind of developing their campaign. We haven't broken ground yet on the new library, so it's still in the process of putting together their campaign and their outreach. But if anybody who before they get fully started with this want to donate, there's an opportunity to do that.
And I'm sure there's naming opportunities where if someone would like to show their grandchildren that they are dedicated to the future of their learning, they can put their name on something and make a donation significant.
We're definitely going to have a recognition of the people who donate. So we've done that in our other projects, and I think that's a really important piece of it.
Yeah, it's so cool to have your children, grandchildren, family walk in and see that you've made that commitment to your community in such a way. I know you have renderings, and people can go to the city website and the Friends website to see the renderings?
Yes. So we have a couple different renderings of the library that have been done by our consultant, our architect.
Okay.
And there's some pictures of the outside of it, as well as the inside, as well as the back
and
courtyard.
Clay, really quickly, when can we walk in and utilize the library?
We're hoping that it will be built by the end of 2019, early 2020.
Well, thanks so much, and I look forward to being at that ribbon cutting.
I would love to have you there.
All right, Clay, thanks so much for telling us about Friends for the Library, and good luck with your
Thank you very
project.
much.
And we'll see all of you next time on Penn Voice.